From Viking silver hoards and sacred Sami offering sites to prehistoric rock art and lost medieval towns, Finland's archaeological treasures reveal a fascinating past. Discover Iron Age water burials, Bronze Age sun temples, Crusader relics, and enigmatic stone labyrinths that have puzzled researchers for centuries. Dive into forgotten trade routes, ritual bear cults, and Black Death cemeteries that reshape our understanding of Scandinavia's history. These groundbreaking discoveries, preserved in bogs, caves, and coastal waters, tell the story of Finland's deep connections to global medieval trade, indigenous spirituality, and Europe's great transformations. Ready to explore? The past awaits. Finland's most incredible archaeological discoveries that rewrote history. The Iron Age hillfort of Ripola. Dominating the landscape of Saksmäki, the Ripola hillfort stands as a monumental testament to Finland's Iron Age power struggles, constructed around 500 years before Christ and used well into the Viking Age. This massive fortified settlement, stretching over several hectares, was protected by steep natural slopes and reinforced with man-made earthworks, wooden palisades, and strategically placed watchtowers, suggesting it served as a regional stronghold for chieftains. Excavations within the fort's boundaries revealed an astonishing variety of artifacts, including iron spearheads, fragments of chainmail, and bronze ornaments, pointing to a society engaged in both warfare and trade. Perhaps even more intriguing were the remains of ritual fires and animal sacrifices, indicating that Ripola was not just a military center but also a sacred site where religious ceremonies were conducted. The hillfort's commanding position overlooking important waterways and trade routes underscores its role as a hub of political and economic power in prehistoric Finland. Some scholars believe Ripola may have been a focal point of resistance against outside invasions, possibly linked to the legendary battles described in Finnish folklore. The sheer scale of its defenses and the richness of its finds make Ripola one of the most important archaeological sites for understanding Finland's transition from tribal societies to more centralized power structures. The enigmatic stone labyrinths of Alland. Scattered across the windswept Alland Islands, over 30 ancient stone labyrinths have puzzled archaeologists for centuries, with most dating between 500 and 1000 years after Christ. These intricate spiral formations, constructed from carefully arranged rocks, vary in diameter from 5 to 20 meters, with some featuring multiple concentric rings leading to a central point. The most widely accepted theory suggests these labyrinths served as ritual sites for pre-Christian Nordic and Baltic fishing communities, possibly used in ceremonies to ensure safe voyages or abundant catches. Local folklore maintains that sailors would walk through the labyrinths before setting out to sea as a form of symbolic journey, while another tradition claims they were used as trap symbols to magically ensnare fish. Excavations around several labyrinths have revealed burnt animal bones and Iron Age pottery shards, lending credence to their ceremonial function. What makes the Alland labyrinths particularly fascinating is their similarity to stone labyrinths found in coastal regions across northern Europe. From Sweden to Russia, suggesting a shared cultural tradition among Baltic Sea peoples. Recent litter surveys have revealed previously unknown labyrinths hidden beneath vegetation, indicating these structures were far more numerous than originally believed. The largest concentration appears on the island of Jermo, where 7 labyrinths form a clear alignment with the summer solstice sunrise, hinting at possible astronomical significance. The astounding Astuvansalmi rock paintings. Along the steep cliffs overlooking Lake Saimaa, the Astuvansalmi rock paintings form Finland's most significant prehistoric art gallery, created between 4000 and 2000 years before Christ by ancient hunter-gatherers. This remarkable open-air gallery features over 70 distinct figures painted with red ochre, including vivid depictions of elk, human figures, boats, and mysterious geometric patterns. The largest painting, measuring nearly 1.5 meters tall, shows an elaborate elk with distinctive antlers that may represent a spirit animal or hunting deity. What makes these paintings extraordinary is their preservation on vertical rock faces that were once part of shoreline cliffs during a period when water levels were significantly higher. Archaeologists have determined that the artists used a mixture of iron oxide, animal fat, and possibly blood to create these enduring pigments. The most intriguing figure is the so-called shaman, A humanoid with upraised arms and what appears to be antlers or headdress, possibly depicting a ritual practitioner. Recent spectroscopic analysis has revealed multiple layers of paintings superimposed over centuries, suggesting the site served as a sacred canvas for generations. The painting's location at a narrow strait in the lake indicates this was likely an important gathering place for seasonal rituals related to hunting and fishing. In 2021, researchers discovered previously unknown faint paintings using advanced imaging techniques, including what may be the earliest known depiction of a skier in Fennoscandia. The lost medieval town of Kuranin. Before Turku rose to prominence, the forgotten town of Kuranin served as Finland's first known administrative and ecclesiastical center during the 12th and early 13th centuries after Christ. Excavations at this site just north of modern Turku have revealed an extensive complex of wooden buildings, including what appears to be Finland's first cathedral, a bishop's residence, and numerous merchant dwellings. The discovery of over 200 silver coins minted in Germany, England, and the Middle East proves Kuranin was an important node in Hanseatic trade networks. Archaeologists uncovered the foundations of a stone church built in the Romanesque style, predating Turku Cathedral by several decades, along with fragments of stained glass and intricately carved wooden decorations. Among the most significant finds was a lead seal bearing the insignia of Bishop Thomas, the first known bishop of Finland. The settlement's sudden abandonment around 1229 AD correlates with the transfer of episcopal authority to Turku, possibly due to the new location's superior harbor. Recent ground-penetrating radar surveys have mapped an extensive grid of streets and plots covering nearly 20 hectares, suggesting Kuranin was far larger than previously imagined. The preservation of organic materials in the waterlogged soil has yielded remarkable finds including leather shoes, wooden tableware, and even fragments of medieval textiles. This lost city provides crucial evidence of Finland's transition from pagan society to Christian kingdom under Swedish influence. The Crusader-era sword of Palcine. In a farmer's field near Palcine in 1996, archaeologists made a startling discovery: a perfectly preserved 13th century after Christ knight's sword that may have belonged to a Swedish crusader during the Christianization of Finland. The 92 centimeters long weapon, of Frankish design with a distinctive wheel pommel and cruciform hilt, was found resting on what turned out to be a wooden coffin containing the skeleton of a man over 180 centimeters tall, exceptionally large for the period. Forensic analysis revealed severe battle trauma including a healed skull fracture and arrowhead lodged in the ribcage. The sword's metallurgical composition matches blades produced in the Rhineland, while its scabbard fragments show intricate leatherwork with Christian crosses. Most remarkably, the weapon bore faint inscriptions on the blade that, when examined under ultraviolet light, revealed Latin phrases and Templar-associated symbols. This has led to speculation the warrior may have been a member of the Sword Brothers or a Swedish knight participating in the Northern Crusades. Radiocarbon dating of the coffin places the burial around 1230 AD, coinciding with Bishop Thomas's crusade against the Tavastians. Soil analysis showed traces of myrrh and frankincense, suggesting an elaborate Christian burial ceremony. The discovery site was later found to be part of a previously unknown medieval cemetery containing both Christian and pagan-style graves, illustrating the violent transition from indigenous beliefs to Christianity. This sword represents one of the finest preserved medieval weapons ever found in Scandinavia and is now displayed as the centerpiece of the National Museum's Crusade exhibition. The mysterious Giant's Church stone structures. Dotted across coastal Ostrobothnia, the so-called Giant's Churches, Jatinkirkot, represent one of Finland's most puzzling archaeological phenomena. Massive Neolithic stone enclosures built between 3,000 to 2,000 years before Christ. These rectangular structures, some exceeding 60 meters in length, feature carefully stacked walls up to 2 meters high and 4 meters thick, with clearly defined entrances and interior compartments. The largest complex at Castelli in Patioki contains 21 separate structures arranged in a precise geometric pattern across 20 hectares. Excavations have yielded surprisingly few artifacts beyond quartz tools and animal bones, deepening the mystery of their purpose. Recent theories suggest they may have served as seasonal meeting places for scattered hunter-gatherer groups, with isotopic analysis of bones indicating participants traveled from hundreds of kilometers away. The structure's alignment with lunar stand-stills and their acoustic properties, certain walls produce eerie resonances when struck, hint at ritual functions. In 2022, ground-penetrating radar revealed an extensive network of underground channels beneath several sites, possibly for drainage or ceremonial purposes. The local name, Giants' Churches, originates from 18th-century folklore claiming they were built by a race of giants before the biblical flood. These monumental constructions represent the largest and most complex Stone Age architecture in Fennoscandia, predating Scandinavian megalithic tombs by centuries. The Levven Luda water burials, Finland's Iron Age mystery. The Levven Luda burial site in Ostrobothnia represents one of Scandinavia's most fascinating archaeological discoveries, offering unprecedented insights into Iron Age Finland, 300–800 AD. This remarkable wetland cemetery has yielded nearly 100 exceptionally preserved skeletons, their bones and soft tissues intact thanks to the oxygen-deprived peat conditions. The burial practices observed here are unique in Northern Europe, bodies deliberately weighted with stones and submerged in what was then a small lake, suggesting complex spiritual beliefs about water deities or the soul's journey after death. Forensic analysis reveals these individuals belong to a distinct population group with mixed Sami and Baltic ancestry, their teeth showing a diet rich in fish and seals. Among the most poignant finds was a group of warriors buried together, one with a spearhead still embedded in his ribs, their bones bearing multiple healed fractures that testify to violent lives. The preservation of organic materials has been extraordinary, with archaeologists recovering complete woolen tunics featuring intricate tablet-woven borders, leather shoes with fur linings, and wooden figurines that may represent spirit idols. Several skeletons show signs of deliberate perimortem trauma, leading researchers to speculate this may have been a sacred site for ritual sacrifices. The Levven Luda discoveries have revolutionized our understanding of Iron Age Finland, proving the existence of sophisticated funerary rituals and challenging assumptions about the region's isolation. Ongoing DNA studies continue to reveal new insights about population movements and health in prehistoric Scandinavia, making this one of Europe's most important wetland archaeological sites. Caramakis Bronze Age Sun Temple, center of ancient worship. The discovery of a probable solar temple at Caramakis has provided groundbreaking evidence of organized sun worship in Bronze Age Finland, 1500 to 500 BC. This monumental circular structure, precisely aligned with solstice sunrises, consists of carefully placed boulders forming concentric rings across a 25-meter diameter. The central chamber contained extraordinary ritual objects including a golden sun disk decorated with radiating lines. Numerous deliberately bent bronze weapons, likely votive offerings, and charred remains of bears and swans that were probably sacrificial animals. The temple's hilltop location provided panoramic views of surrounding waterways, suggesting it served both religious and practical functions as a navigational landmark for Bronze Age traders. Archaeologists have identified distinct activity zones, an outer area with evidence of large-scale feasting, thousands of animal bones and pottery fragments. A middle ceremonial space with post holes indicating temporary structures, and the innermost sanctum housing the most valuable offerings. The discovery of imported items, including Baltic amber beads and a Central European-style bronze sword, proves the site attracted visitors from distant regions, possibly for seasonal pilgrimage festivals. Charcoal analysis shows the temple was used continuously for nearly a millennium, with periodic reconstructions maintaining the original solar alignments. This extraordinary site challenges assumptions about Bronze Age Finland's isolation, instead revealing complex religious practices that paralleled Scandinavian solar cults while maintaining distinct local characteristics. The golden sun disk, considered one of Finland's most important prehistoric artifacts, now forms the centerpiece of the National Museum's Bronze Age exhibition. Turkus Black Death Cemetery, window into medieval catastrophe. Beneath a modern parking lot in central Turku lies one of Scandinavia's most poignant archaeological sites, a meticulously organized mass grave from the Black Death pandemic of 1350 AD. This haunting discovery, containing over 200 skeletons arranged in neat rows, provides the first physical evidence of the plague's devastating impact on medieval Finland. Unlike the chaotic plague pits found elsewhere in Europe, the orderly burials suggest an organized community response to the catastrophe, possibly supervised by the church. Forensic analysis has revealed heartbreaking details: families buried together, including parents cradling children, and one young woman clutching a birch bark prayer scroll. DNA studies confirmed the presence of Yersinia pestis bacteria, proving this was indeed the same strain that ravaged Europe. The victims' belongings, silver crosses, wooden healing talismans, and personal jewelry, offer intimate glimpses into medieval lives cut short. Archaeological evidence suggests the cemetery was used for only a few weeks during the pandemic's peak, with layers of quicklime indicating desperate attempts to contain the disease. The site's location near a medieval hospital hints at the heroic efforts of caregivers during the crisis. This extraordinary time capsule continues to yield new insights, with recent isotope analysis revealing some victims were migrants from other Baltic regions, demonstrating how the pandemic affected all levels of medieval society. The medieval shipwreck of Nauvo, Hanseatic time capsule. In the archipelago sea near Nauvo, marine archaeologists discovered an exceptionally well-preserved 13th-century cog-style merchant ship in 2019, the oldest intact shipwreck found in Finnish waters. The 18-meter-long vessel, resting upright at 45 meters depth, contained its complete cargo of 200 Hanseatic-style barrels of tar and butter, dozens of Lübeck-made stoneware jugs, and a consignment of Russian squirrel pelts. Dendrochronology revealed the ship was built from oak felled near Gdańsk in 1253. While preserved wax tablet cargo manifests indicate it was sailing from Turku to Visby when it foundered. The wreck's significance lies in its demonstration of Finland's integration into Hanseatic trade networks, with the tar representing one of the country's earliest major export commodities. The ship's construction shows unique hybrid features combining Nordic and German shipbuilding techniques, providing new insights into medieval maritime technology. Remarkably, the cold brackish water preserved delicate organic materials including sailors' leather shoes, woolen garments, and remnants of their last meal, dried fish and rye bread. In 2023, 3D photogrammetry created a millimeter-perfect digital twin of the wreck, revealing previously unseen details like carpenter's marks and repairs made during the vessel's lifetime. This time capsule of medieval maritime commerce provides unprecedented insights into the material culture of Baltic trade during Finland's formative years as part of the Swedish kingdom, offering a tangible connection to the sailors who connected medieval Finland to Europe. The prehistoric bear cult site of Kohi, Stone Age ritual landscape. In the dramatic cliffs of Kohi National Park, archaeologists have identified a significant Stone Age ritual site, 5000–2000 BC, centered around bear worship. The site features a natural rock formation resembling a bear's head, surrounded by carefully arranged stone circles and offering pits containing hundreds of bear bones. Most remarkably, researchers discovered a 2-meter-tall wooden bear statue, dated to 3200 BC, preserved in a peat bog. The oldest known wooden cult figure in northern Europe. Excavations revealed evidence of elaborate bear ceremonies, including ritual hearths containing burnt bear fat and quartz tools used specifically for skinning bears. The site's layout suggests it was used for initiation rituals, with a central, processional path, leading to the bear rock formation. Archaeologists found numerous amber pendants carved in bear shapes, along with rock paintings depicting bear hunts. Carbon isotope analysis of the bear bones indicates they were fed a special diet before sacrifice, possibly kept in captivity for ritual purposes. The Kohi site provides the most comprehensive evidence yet of the ancient bear cult that once spanned Fennoscandia, showing how Stone Age Finns developed complex spiritual relationships with their environment. Modern ethnographic comparisons with Siberian and Sami bear rituals suggest remarkable continuity in circumpolar religious practices over millennia. Ongoing excavations continue to reveal new aspects of this prehistoric ceremonial landscape, including recently discovered sound-amplifying stones that may have been used in ritual performances.
Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.